Okay, students, we're going to continue with number 24. This is asking you to convert a repeating decimal to a fraction. The repeating decimal is 0.4, so we can call that 0.44444, and let x equal 0.44444. I'm going to let 10x equal 4.444. And I'm going to subtract x from 10x. So I will be subtracting 0.444 from 4.444, which will leave 4.0. I've subtracted x from 10x, so that gives me a new equation of 9x equals 4.0. If I divide both sides by 9, I have x equals 4/9, which is B. The answer to number 24 is B. Excuse me. Number 25 asks for the cube root of 7,201. A cube root is the root of a number that has been multiplied by itself 3 times. For example, 20 times 20 times 20 equals 8,000. 8,000 is a little more than 7,201. And if you look, that is choice A on the problem choices. That is the closest one. 19, a number between 19 and 20 is going to be the closest one because everything else is higher than 20. And we already know that 20 is more than 7,201. So the answer is A. It's somewhere between 19 and 20. Number 26 asks us to look at a graph and determine if there is a relationship between the number of visitors to a park and the temperature. And if you look at the trend line on the graph, the number of visitors is on the y-axis, the temperature is on the x-axis, and as the temperature goes up, the number of visitors goes up as well. So the answer is C. Excuse me. Number 27 asks us to compare the number of leaves on a plant and the height of the plant. I think the easiest way to do this is to make a chart of the height and the number of leaves. And if we do that, we see when the height is an inch, there are 2 leaves. When it's 2 inches, there are 4 leaves. When it's 3 inches, there are 5 leaves. 4 inches, 6 leaves. 5 inches, 7 leaves. 7 inches, 9 leaves. As the plant gets taller, the number of leaves increases, so there is a positive association. The next question asks for a mathematical formula to show the number of miles traveled by this family on their trip. If you look at the graph, as each hour passes, the family travels approximately 50 miles. They start at 0. By hour 1, they've gone about 50 miles. By hour 2, they've gone a little more than 100. But as each hour passes, they go about 50 miles. So, the formula for the number of miles that they travel is 50 miles times x, where x is the number of hours, and B is the correct answer for number 28. Excuse me. Number 29. Let's see. How many males versus females carry backpacks? There are 47 males who carry, 63 who don't carry, which is a total of 110 males. 57 females that carry, 48 that don't carry, for a total of 105 females. And they're asking you for explanation of how you decide who carries more. And 57 out of 105 females carry a backpack, which is 54%. 47 out of 110 males carry backpacks, which is 43%. So the answer to this question is A. Number 30 asks you to multiply 0.25 times 11 halves, or 11 over 2. There are two ways that you can answer this question. The first one is to convert 0.25 to a fraction. 25 1/100ths, or 0.25 equals 1/4. You could multiply 1/4 times 11 halves, which would give you 11 over 8. And if you multiply that out, 8 into 11, you get 1.375. Or you could convert 11 halves, or 11 over 2, to a decimal, which is 5.5. 0.25 times 5.5, again, equals 1.375. Okay? Excuse me. Number 32 asks us to simplify a fraction, and the fraction is 2 to the 0 power times 2 to the negative 3rd power times 3 squared on the top, divided by 2 to the negative 3rd power times 3 to the 0 power times 3 to the negative 2 power in the bottom. We know that any number raised to the 0 power is 1, so 2 to the 0 power and 3 to the 0 power both equal 1. So we don't have to think about those at all. That's just 1 times whatever else is in the denominator or numerator. 2 to the negative 3rd power appears on the top and the bottom in the numerator and the denominator of this fraction. They'll cancel each other out. That's just like having any other number on the top and the bottom, where a number over itself equals 1. So 2 divided by negative 3 over 2 divided by negative 3 cancels each other out, and we're left with 3 squared over 3 to the negative 2nd power. If we remember, 3 to the negative 2nd in the denominator flips to the numerator. So now we have 3 to the 2nd power times 3 to the 2nd power, or 9 times 9, or 81. The answer to this problem is 81. Number 33 asks, what is the value when 9 is added to a number produced by tripling x, or 3x, and 9 is multiplied by a number that is 7 less than x. So we have 3x, or 3 tripled, plus 9. That is 9 more than the number produced by tripling x. And 9 times the number that is 7 less than x. So we're going to place those equal to each other. 3x plus 9 equals 9 times x minus 7. that gives us 3x plus 9 equals 9x minus 63. We can add 63 to both sides. That gives us 3x plus 72 equals 9x. Now we can subtract 3x from both sides. That gives us 72 equals 6x. We can divide both sides by 6. That gives us x equals 12. The answer is 12.